Sorry about that, folks. Some issues here on our end, but ultimately the Lumberjacks failed to capitalize in that rest of the bottom of the fifth inning. It was a strikeout from Noah Reed, fielder's choice from Zeb Swingham, and flyout from Elijah Negron to end that one. It is still 10-4 here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Spencer Biggerstaff is done with pitching for the day. He had one inning pitched with 2 hits, 4 earned runs, and 3 walks allowed. New man in the game is Lo Wen-Shing, the Taiwanese right-hander. Ultimately on the year, he's got an 8.49 ERA, came in to pitch yesterday in the Oneonta game, surrendered 1 run in 1 inning of work with 1 strikeout as well. Looking for a little bit of a stronger appearance here today.
Yeah, back-to-back. You don't see that very often here, at least on Lumberjacks. You don't get back-to-back innings of work. Lo Wen-Shing having a pitcher's meeting with Oliver Lawrence. It's kind of funny, the language barrier there. I wonder what could be said during that meeting.
So attending to lead off after the Diamond Dogs have batted around in consecutive innings. He's the 8th hitter in this lineup. Shing ready for the first pitch. Here it comes. That one, a fastball taken up high for ball 1. Henning so far today has singled twice and grounded out once. Division II hitter out of Trinity University. Swings and hits this one into right field. That one gets down for a hit. Lassiter hustling down the line to grab this one as Henning moves to second. Wyatt Lassiter finally throws it in, and the throw does not even reach second base. The shortstop, Elijah Negron, has to go off the bag to get that one, and a leadoff hit in this inning for Jack Henning. That brings up the backstop, Jaden Santiago.
Yeah, not incredibly hard hit contact, but over the head of the first baseman, Argenis Lopez, and into fair territory. It's a long run for Lassiter to get there. I'm surprised there even was a throw at second, but in there with the leadoff double. Feels like the leadoff hitter always gets on for Mohawk Valley. Testament to their success.
So 3 doubles in the day for Henning brings up Santiago. Lo Wen-Shing looks back at the runner on second. Here's the pitch. Swing, and that one fouled to the backstop. 0-1 the count. Santiago, the catcher out of Columbia University, so far today has singled twice and also reached on a walk. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Shing. Fastball taken in the lower part of the strike zone, and the count moves to 0-2. Santiago, not a huge strikeout victim. He's only got 10 in 15 games played on the year, but 3 of those against Boonville. Down 0-2, here's the pitch. Taken right down the middle for a called third strike, and 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Lo Wen-Shing. That's the first out of the day for him, and brings up the leadoff man, Eric Diaz.
Yeah, nice bounce-back performance for Lo Wen-Shing right there. What I like about Lo Wen is how far he gets down on the mound. He doesn't throw the hardest, mid to upper 80s, but he gets so far down the mound, he's like stealing 5 feet from the batter, which makes his fastball a little bit more intimidating. I think it helped him right there versus Santiago.
First strikeout of the day for Santiago. That brings up Diaz. Here's the first pitch, taken inside for ball 1. Diaz has struck out twice, grounded out, and flew out so far today. It's his first game in the last 7 for Mohawk Valley. Last time he played was in the doubleheader against Boonville. Here comes the 1-0. Runner goes from second. That one in the dirt. Lawrence throws over, and the throw in the dirt as well. Swingham can't hold on to it, and a stolen base right there for Henning. He picks up third, and with 1 out, potential sac fly situation here for Diaz.
Yeah, only 1 out here. Ground ball or fly ball. Mohawk Valley likely to score a run here. That would give them a 7-run lead if they're able to do so, but the Lumberjack infield will jump onto the dirt to try and stop it. Excuse me, onto the grass.
Humidity so high here, that cloud of dirt still up in the air near third.
Yeah, Evan, I'm dying.
So here comes the 2-0. Taken right down the middle for strike 1, 2-1 the count. Diaz out of Dominican University leads the team in batting average with a 583 clip, also on base with 688. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and hit high, but back and out of play. Count all even now, 2-2. And it is kind of funny to see with the weather, Brady, that some days it's raining, some days it's 96 degrees and humid, and seemed like we were going to get a little bit of both today.
Have we seen 96?
I think we have.
I remember 92, which is like back home weather, and it was humid. That was just horrible. And then yesterday was kind of funny because when we were in Oneonta, it was raining. We went back to Boonville and saw fireworks. There was nothing happened over there.
2-2 is fouled to the backstop by Diaz. Count remains 2-2.
But yeah, I am dying over here. And Subway screwed you a little bit, so you haven't eaten in a bit either.
That's right. Didn't make my sandwich, so that was unfortunate earlier today. I'll have to contact Subway support on that one. 2-2 the count on Diaz. He's 0 for 4 so far today. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. That one in the dirt. He runs over to first on the drop third strike, and Lopez picks that one up. So 2 Ks in this inning for the pitcher Lo Wen-Shing. That brings up Jake Hardy.
It's kind of funny to me how when Oliver Lawrence throws the ball to first, second, or third base on a line, there's no issue at all, but it's only throwing it back to the pitcher that he throws it kind of like double clutches on a lob.
So at bat number 5 for Hardy right here. He's walked twice as well as doubled and flew out to right field. 2 outs in the inning, runners on third base. Here's the pitch. That one up high, off speed, misses for ball 1. Hardy came into the game leading the team in batting average with .391. Here comes the 1-0. That one up high. Hardy has to move and lunge out of the way on that one, and the count moves to 2 balls, no strikes. Lo Wen-Shing has to stop to tie the cleats right here. And they play him some music here, some Avengers sounding music. Here comes the 2-0. Swung on and hit high, back and out of play. 2-1 the count now.
Yeah, it says 78 and cloudy, dude. Weather is lying. It is hot.
Gotta look at the feels like.
What did you say?
You gotta see what it feels like.
Oh, what does it feel like?
Here comes the 2-1. Swung on and missed. He got him out in front of that off speed, and count even now, 2-2.
I have no clue what it feels like, Evan. It feels like it's too hot. And we're right in the sun. Shout out to the kind folks at Little Falls who allow us to do this. It's hot, man.
2-2 is swung on and missed in the dirt. It's another one dropped by Lawrence, but the throw is in time by Hardy as Lo Wen-Shing screams in excitement at the end of that inning. 3 strikeouts in that one, and he keeps it clean. The runs still on the board. 10 for Mohawk Valley, 4 for Boonville. We head to the top of the 7th inning right after this. Colin Kroner, the new man out on the mound for Mohawk Valley. It's the fourth arm from the Diamond Dogs here today. Just one previous appearance for Kroner. He has a 13.5 ERA and just over 1 inning of work. And 2 earned runs, 3 hits, no walks, and no strikeouts for the Diamond Dogs. First man out in this top of the 7th inning is the leadoff man and right fielder, Wyatt Lassiter. Excuse me, that's Oliver Lawrence.
Yeah, it's hot, man, I'm telling you. Going crazy over here.
Lawrence so far today with a double and a strikeout. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Down low in the dirt. 2-0 the count. Two-0 pitch from Kroner. Swung on and hit hard down the left side. This one picked up by Payne and throw over in time to retire Lawrence right there. And the lineup flips over right now. It's Wyatt Lassiter, the right fielder, out.
Lumberjacks, right fielder number 25 from the University of Montreal, Wyatt Lassiter.
Looks to be Matthew Helmer warming up in the Boonville bullpen. Looking ready to come into this game. It's Lassiter up in the meantime. Here's the pitch. That one in there for a called strike. Lassiter out there sporting the pink gloves, wristband, and also shin guard. So here's the 0-1. Checks on that one. It's in there for a called strike.
Yeah, it's breast cancer awareness. I remember when I would watch football games growing up, it would be like Richard Sherman and Eric Berry who were always rocking the pink.
Here comes the 0-2 on Lassiter. And watches that one go in the dirt from Kroner. 1-2 the count now.
Didn't Eric Berry literally have breast cancer? Wow, he was so tough.
Lassiter just 1 hit in the last 3 games. Here's the 1-2 as he swings and fouls that one to the backstop. Defensive swing keeps him alive right there, and 1-2 still the count. Lassiter's last game was yesterday against Oneonta. Had 1 of 3 hits in that game. Had a double. So here's the 1-2. Swinging a high pop-up down the left side. Vincott looks up, and that one gets out of play. Foul ball right over there by a literal dog, and the count stays 1-2.
Is that the mascot right there? Put a diamond chain on him. Is he a diamond dog? What is a diamond dog?
Here's the 1-2 for the 3rd time on Lassiter. Swings and fouls that one back yet again. Continues to stay alive. Lassiter doesn't strike out too much. He's just got 2 strikeouts in his last 3 games. Doesn't have one here today. And has been able to defend the plate accordingly. Here comes the 1-2. Checks his swing, and this one down the first base line, picked up by Henning, and the pitch over to Kroner is in time for out number 2. That brings up the 2nd hitter in the order, Devon Abaga.
Yeah, an excuse me swing right there. Accidentally tapped it right there, but gets the job done, at least for the Diamond Dogs side, as that's an unassisted ground out. Lumberjacks going quietly. Lots of zeros on the scoreboard, minus the 3rd inning.
So here's Abaga, who has a triple and 2 groundouts today. Swings and fouls the first offering back behind the plate. 0-1 the count. Abaga went to school at Seattle University, had a spot on the baseball team, didn't play, but before every game he gets announced as Devon Abaga from the culinary school. As he checks his swing on that 0-1, he went, and the count moves to 0-2.
Yeah, he's always, from what I've seen on his vlogs on Devo Day, his YouTube channel, he's always cooking something up for breakfast. So if he went to culinary school, I wouldn't be surprised.
Swings and hits this 0-2 high, but back and out of play. Count remains 0-2. Abaga doesn't strike out too much. He hasn't had one yet today and has 10 and 30 at-bats so far this summer with the Lumberjacks. Here comes the 0-2 once again. Swing and a miss out in front of that fastball, and that is out number 3. Lumberjacks go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. They're still trailing by 6. We'll be right back for bottom 7 after this short break. Matthew Helmer Jr. out here for this bottom of the 7th inning for the Lumberjacks, out on the mound. 4 appearances for him on the season, 3 1/3 innings pitched with a 27 ERA. Out there to face the first batter of this order. It's a pinch hitter for the Diamond Dogs as that first pitch is outside. Ryan Payne out there, the shortstop in the box. Here's the 1-0. Checks his swing on that one. It popped up. Did he go?
No.
I'll say he did not.
Yeah, Helmer comes out of Penn State Beaver, a field that literally has a hill in right field. Like there is a mound in fair territory.
2-0 gets away from Lawrence right there in the dirt, and the count moves to 3-0.
Kind of similar to how Houston used to have, what was it, Towles Hill out in center field with like a literal pole in fair territory.
I remember watching those games growing up, AL West divisional matchups. Here's the 3-0 on Payne. That one misses down low, and that's a 4-pitch walk right there to start the inning. It's the left fielder Kyle Coleman up next.
Left fielder number 25 from Belmont University, Kyle Coleman.
Coleman so far today has hit 2 3-run homers as well as walked and had a ground out.
Yeah, he's had quite a day at the plate, and I wonder if he's trying to get number 3. I wonder if his swings will reflect it, assuming he gets a strike.
First one misses outside by Helmer. That's 5 straight balls from the righty. Coleman, 6 walks in 17 games so far this year. Here's the 1-0. That one finally in there for a called strike.
And he really gets that velocity going. I mean, plus fastball. Yeah, I wonder if Kyle Coleman, Mohawk Valley has a pretty big lead. I wonder if he swings trying to get that homer.
Next one is outside for ball 2.
And also, Evan, take a quick look at Helmer's delivery. Are we sure he comes set? I mean, I'm not an umpire, but just make sure that he does come set for a second.
Comes
Okay,
set.
he does there for sure.
And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss
Ooh.
right there. That one in the dirt, and Kyle fooled on that one. Count all even now, 2-2. Coleman does strike out just about once a game. He's got 17 Ks in 18 games played this year. Hasn't struck out yet today. There's the 2-2. That one down low in the dirt. Helmer pulled up about a foot short on that one, and the count moves even. Still 10-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 1 runner on first. Full count, no outs for Kyle Coleman. Here's the pitch. That one down low in the dirt yet again, and Coleman draws walk number 7 on the year. 2 straight free passes handed out, and that brings up the center fielder Jake Dolan.
35 from Seton Hall University, Jake Dolan.
Yeah, that's 2 on early. Here's Jake Dolan out of Seton Hall.
Seton Hall, the Division I school. Dolan so far today has reached on an error, walked, singled, and grounded out.
Would you ever go to Seton Hall?
I don't know too much about the school, to be honest with you.
Me neither. I mean, I gotta say, I'm not the biggest fan of it. My uncle played baseball for Florida State University and lost in the College World Series to Seton Hall back in 1975. So for that reason and that reason alone, always never had a thing for that school.
First pitch swung on and fouled back by Dolan. Count moves to 0-1.
In 2020 March Madness, I remember they were. I would have picked them to go far if COVID didn't happen.
And a good team that year as here comes the 0-1. Both runners go and both runners fake going as they go back to first and second respectively. It's Brian Payne out on second, Kyle Coleman on first. Still no outs here in this bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, I remember Helmer Jr. in the very first game of the season came in and pitched against the Diamond Dogs, got hit for a few home runs, but that time Lumberjacks were kind of just trying to assess what they had on the pitching side.
Shows bunt, pops this one down the third baseline, but that gets out of play and foul. That'll be strike number 2, and the count moves to 1-2 here on Dolan. Dolan, a very big contact hitter. He's got 10 hits, 9 of them singles so far this year, and just 19 at-bats. Had another single here today, along with the walk. Keeps up the streak of having multiple hits in his last 4 games, if he can have another one here. The pitch, swung on and hit hard down the left side. That one gets down, and 1 run will score. Rounding third and going home there is Payne as Coleman pulls up on second. It's an RBI single there for Jake Dolan and makes the score 11-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now that leads first Mohawk Valley, third baseman number 21 from Brown University, Mark Venkat.
So Hirsch Ramayana Venkat, the next batter up. He stands in from the right side. Third baseman awaits the pitch. Helmer looks back at the runner. Here it comes. Shows bunt and pops that one off of himself. I'll call that a foul ball. 0-1 the count on Venkat, who's walked, struck out, flew out, and was hit by a pitch so far in this one. He's been the Lumberjack killer so far this year, and he's continued it here today, getting on base twice. Next pitch is up high. Looked like Venkat wasn't even ready for that one, and they're going to call a balk right there. And you mentioned it earlier, Brady. It doesn't really look like he comes set, and definitely didn't on that one.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what Venkat was standing straight up, not even ready in a bunt position. I don't think he was trying to war farm.
Well, he's down 0-1 here. Helmer ready. Here comes the delivery. That one, a late swing there from Venkat, couldn't make up his mind and fouls it to the backstop. 0-2 the count now. Venkat hasn't struck out too much on the season. He does have 1 swinging already in this game. Here comes the 0-2. That one inside, off speed runs in, and 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now.
Didn't miss by much right there. Could have rang him up, but just a little too far inside. Got to make him do it again.
1-2 the count. Helmer comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, way out in front of that off speed, and he got him swinging with that one. First strikeout of the day, first out of the day for Matt Helmer Jr., and that brings up Roberto Valdez.
Yeah, I think Venkat was kind of disrespecting him a little bit throughout that at-bat. For starters, whatever he was doing when Helmer was called with the balk, and then right there, he was pretty far up in the batter's box. I don't believe he was as far back as they do for just about everyone else, and, well, it's good for Helmer to get him swinging right there. Kind of made him look silly.
So that brings up Valdez. Here comes the first pitch. Thinks about going on that one, but in there for a called strike regardless. 0-1 the count. Valdez so far today has struck out, walked, and grounded out in his 3 at-bats. Here comes the 0-1 from Helmer. Swung on and hit high, back and out of play. Count moves to 0-2. Valdez has only seen the Lumberjacks 1 previous time so far this year. It was 4 at-bats, 2 strikeouts, a ground out, and a flyout in Game 2 of the doubleheader for Roberto Valdez. Started at second here in this one. Here comes the 0-2. That one runs in on him, almost hit him. Valdez had to move out of the way, and the count moves to 1-2.
I wonder why you don't wear that. You know, if you're 0-2, I feel like no matter who you're going up against, if it's just 0-2 and running inside and not insane velocity, would you wear that, Evan?
Sure, yeah.
Sounds
Anything
like
to get
no.
on.
You think you're bigger than the program.
Well, he wears that one right there off the front left arm. Hit by pitch right there on Valdez. Loads the bases for the first baseman, Jack Henning.
First baseman number 15 from Trinity University, Jack
Bases loaded here for Henning, who already has 3 hits on the day, 2 singles and a double, as well as a ground out.
Evan, on the way here, we were playing Uno on the bus with the coach. Do you think on the way back we're going to do that again?
No, I don't think so. First pitch is down low in the dirt. The vibes have remained surprisingly high with this team despite the 3 and what is looking like 4-game losing streak.
Hey, this game's far from over. Well, actually, this game is the runner on first from being over. If he comes around to score, that would be a run rule.
Check swing on that one. They'll say he went, and the count moves to 1-1. Of course, the forfeit rule, what you're talking about, where if a team gets a double-digit lead and anything past the 7th inning, they call the ball game in the bottom of the 7th here. So if all the runners come around to score, game will be over. Here comes the 1-1, and he wears that one as well. And RBI hit by pitch right there for Jack Henning. It's 12-4. Mohawk Valley leads this one. Bases still loaded, just 1 out for Jaden Santiago.
That puts the winning run at second base. Believe it is Helmer's game to finish. We see Colin Glenn warming up in the bullpen as well. But it'll go down to Helmer Jr.
So it's Santiago who's got 2 singles, a walk, and a strikeout. Here's the first offering. That one fastball in there for a called strike on Santiago.
And in Helmer's previous outings, I feel like he usually at least throws strikes. I'm a little confused at how many batters he's letting on via free pass.
First pitch in there for a strike. Here's the next one. Swung on and hit on the ground to the left side. Negron picks it up over to second for 1 in time for the double play, and that will end the inning right there. Negron threw that one over to RJ Lopez to finish off the twin killing, and that will end the inning, but not before 2 runs go on the board for Mohawk Valley. It's 12-4 going into the top of the 8th inning. We'll be right back on the Lumberjacks Radio Network. Back here in the top of the 8th inning, it's Argenis Lopez out there to start the inning off. Lumberjacks trailing by 8 here, needing to get something going. Here's the first pitch. That one taken up high, fastball misses for ball 1. It's Colin Kroner back out there on the mound for the Diamond Dogs. Had one inning of work and set them down in order with 1 K last time out. This one grounded to the left side, picked up by Venkot. Throw over to first is in the dirt, but in time. And that will be out number 1 in the inning. That brings up the extra hitter, Michael Clarkson.
Yeah, it's kind of sad how these Mohawk Valley innings take like 30 minutes to complete, and then the Lumberjacks go down quickly. Obviously, that's just out number 1, but hopefully not a 5-minute inning on the Lumberjack side.
Just about 2 hours, 45 minutes away from first pitch as that one misses outside on Clarkson. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Here's the next one from Kroner. Swings and misses through that fastball, way out in front of it, and the count moves to 1-1. Looks like it'll be Colin Glenn coming out of the bullpen for this next bottom of the 8th inning. So here's the 1-1. Swings and fouls it to the backstop, stays alive, and 1-2 the count. Clarkson so far today has struck out twice and flew out to center. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. That's K number 3 on the day for Clarkson. All of them swinging, and 0 for 4 on the day. That brings up Bronx Lewis. Lewis, the lefty, 6'2" out of Concordia University. Just graduated from there, looking to go play pro ball after this. 2 walks and a strikeout so far from him. He fouls off the first pitch. Back and out of play, 0-1 the count. 20 total pitches for Kroner here, working through inning number 2 of work. Here's 21. Down low, misses for ball 1. Lewis came into this game batting just 158. 3 hits in 8 games played. As here's the 1-1. Swings and fouls this back. Count moves to 1-2. Sun finally setting here at Veterans Memorial. 1-2 is in the dirt on Lewis. Count is even 2-2 now.
You know, Evan, this feels really similar to the last game. The last time they were at 2 times ago when they were at Glens Falls and were kind of on the end of a losing streak and then played really poorly.
Swing and a miss there by Lewis. He went through that one,
but then they went on to win a few games.
Hopefully,
starting on the road at Utica.
Hopefully that will be the case for the Lumberjacks. This one not over yet, though. Still some baseball left to be played. It's 12-4, heading to the bottom of the 8th inning here on the Boonville Radio Network. Be right back after this. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Veterans Memorial Park. It's the new pitcher out on the mound, Colin Glenn for Boonville. That means Matthew Helmer's day is done. 1 inning of work for Helmer, just 2 runs surrendered. Solid day for the right-hander. It's Colin Glenn, who's had 4 innings of work in 5 total appearances so far this year. Comes into the game with a 40.5 ERA, 19 runs surrendered, 18 of them earned for 6 hits, 15 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Colin Glenn, he's had some scoreless innings. He's had some where, they get to him. Right now, his job is to not allow 2 runs. I think he can do it.
Mm-hmm. He did have 1 scoreless against Glens Falls in the last time out that he pitched. Ultimately would enter a 2nd inning and give up some runs there, but did have the 1 inning of no-run ball to go off of.
Yeah. I mean, he eats innings. He's a dog. I'm excited to see what he can do. You trying to ignore it?
12-4 the score here entering this bottom of the 8th inning. Could be the last time up for the Diamond Dogs. Two runs would also mean a mercy rule. Hopefully Colin Glenn can avoid that out here. Last warm-up pitch about to come in right here, and the toss back. Good one right there from the catcher Lawrence on the practice throw.
Designated hitter number 14 from the University of Connecticut, Eric Diaz.
It's Eric Diaz, the designated hitter, the first man up in this inning for Mohawk Valley. Already his 6th at-bat of the day. He struck out 3 times, flew out once, grounded out, and looking for a hit here in at-bat number 6. He hasn't played in a couple weeks. Not really sure why that is, but hasn't had the strongest start to the inning. Or to the game, excuse me. Here's the first offering from Glenn. Takes that one outside for ball 1. Fastball misses. Looking ahead for the Lumberjacks, it's a showdown in Utica tomorrow. That will be a crucial away game.
Genuinely a reset game. And it seems like it always is every time they come over there.
Here's the 1-0. Taken down low. Glenn misses on that one. 2-0 the count. After that, it's a doubleheader against Utica on Tuesday. That one at Dr. Robert Smith Sports Complex. And then another home game against Glens Falls before returning to Utica on Thursday.
It's a doubleheader on... Okay, good to know. I didn't even know that.
Here's the 2-0. Down low again. 3-0 the count. Not too much baseball left to be played. We're already 3 weeks from the final regular season game of the year.
It's a decent amount of baseball to be played, I feel like.
Here's the 3-0 from Glenn. Taken up high, and a 4-pitch walk to start the inning for Eric Diaz right there. Finally gets on at the 6th time of asking. That brings up the right fielder Jake Hardy. Hardy so far today has walked twice, struck out, hit a double, and also flew out to right field. Stands in from the right side.
This game's still far from over. I mean, a lot of baseball left to be played.
First pitch is in the dirt. It gets away from Lawrence, but he scampers over to it. Wild pitch collected by the catcher, and 1-0 the count. Here comes pitch number 6 of the inning. That one in there for a called strike, 1-1 the count. And looking ahead for this Boonville team, we know they've been streaky so far this year. What do they have to do to kind of take advantage of this next week or two of play?
More competitive at-bats. I mean, I think that's kind of all it is, really. I mean, CG, Christian Griffin, he likes talking about, like, the mental game, and of course that's important, but I mean, at the plate, I don't know that they think they're going to get a hit when they go up there. I'm not totally sure. I mean, I guess we'll have a better idea of, some closed-door conversations tonight. But, I mean, one run, 4 runs today, which came. I mean, they worked some walks, and it was Dave Anabago, who, we mentioned it before, a great opportunity for him to drive in some runs, and he did. But since then, it hasn't been the most competitive at-bats, and I really think it starts there. Obviously, you can point to the pitching side as well, giving up 12 runs today, but a lot of that is kind of just throwing in the towel. This game could have been competitive and should have.
Well, Hardy swings through the 2-1. It's 2-2. Colin Glenn sets. Here's the pitch. That one way above the head of Hardy. He has to duck out of the way, and the count runs full. As you mentioned, those strikeouts, 11 on the day for the Lumberjacks. The only two men in the order who haven't struck out is Wyatt Lassiter and Argenis Lopez. Multiple Lumberjacks with multiple strikeouts. It's Michael Clarkson with 3. He's the leader today.
Yeah, he comes home with a sombrero.
Full count pitch is in the dirt on Hardy, and 2 straight walks to open the inning right there. So runners on first and second for the shortstop, Ryan Payne.
Yeah, everybody on the Mohawk Valley side getting plenty of opportunities at the dish.
Yeah, already at bat number 6 for Payne right here. This is the 6th time through the order for Mohawk Valley. Winning run on first via mercy rule for the Diamond Dogs. Here's the first pitch. Taken down low for ball 1.
And you know, Evan, one more thing they got to do is win on the road, not at Utica. Still haven't done that yet. Played plenty of road games, but have only won, actually undefeated when they play in Utica. Anywhere else on the road, the Lumberjacks cannot buy a win.
Yeah, 3-0 at Donovan Murnane, but winless everywhere else on the road. Here's the 1-0. That one taken right there down the middle for a strike. 1-1 the count. Payne in his first game for the Diamond Dogs started off with 2 strikeouts, but has gotten on base 3 times in a row since then. It's been 2 walks and a single for the freshman out of Fairfield University. Here's the 1-1 from Colin Glenn. Payne thought he was going to wear that one, turns out of the way, but ultimately called for a ball. Two and 1 the count now on the debutant.
That's a good word, debutante. That was great, Evan.
Thank you. 2-2 the count now on Payne. Still searching for his first extra base hit. That's just about the only box he hasn't checked so far today. Here's the offering. Swings and hits this one hard up the middle. Abaga picks it up, over to second for 1, over to first, and in time for the double play. Abaga goes 4-6-3 right there for the double play, and the runner Diaz moves over to third. So that brings up the left fielder Kyle Coleman.
That was brilliant from Devon Abaga right there. I mean, if he doesn't field that the way he does and come up as soon as he does all in one motion, there's no way they turn the double play, but he absolutely helps out his pitcher, Colin Glenn, right there. I'm sure he's appreciative.
So it's Coleman now, who's hit 2 3-run homers, walked twice, and grounded out as well. That one in there for a called strike on Coleman. 0-1 the count. Coleman came into this game with 2 homers on the year. He's matched that total today alone. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on in, hit into right field. This should be shallow enough for Lassiter to make the catch, and he does to end the inning. So Colin Glenn keeps it clean up here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's still 12-4 Boonville. This is their last opportunity to make some magic happen. We'll be right back on the Boonville Radio Network after this. Evan Simbita and Brady Foxwell out here on the Lumberjacks Sports Network here. It's a new pitcher out on the mound for the Diamond Dogs. It's Brandon Lynn, number 31 out there. He's pitched in 6 games on 2 innings each time. He leads the team in ERA with a 2.25. He's been the closer for this team. 15 hits, 4 walks allowed in 12 innings. Just a 1.58 whip as well. Only 4 runs allowed on the year, 3 of them earned. And his task here is to shut the door on the Lumberjacks. You mentioned it earlier, Brady, 11 strikeouts on the day. Kind of, what's the goal going out here in this last inning?
To not strike out. At least end the game with dignity. Try not to have completely uncompetitive at-bats right here. I mean, the game is effectively over.
Never know.
I think you're trying to ignore it. But I mean, just make sure you at least lock in on these at-bats. Even if the game doesn't matter, your stats do individually. A lot of these guys in the portal, Masai Marshall, a guy who's in the portal. So, I mean, never knew who's watching.
Masai Marshall takes outside for ball 1. Marshall with a fly-out single and hit by pitch. Hasn't struck out yet today. One of 3 hitters in the Lumberjack lineup to not do so. Here comes the 1-0. Swings and fouls this one back behind the plate. Count all even, 1-1 now. Marshall transferring from Northwestern University, looking for his next home. Hopefully at the Division I level. Here's the 1-1. Takes that one down low for ball 2. Ultimately, the Lumberjacks, we saw it yesterday in the Oneonta game, just couldn't get a lot of hits. That really hasn't been the case here today. They've got 6 of them. Not the greatest total, as Marshall swings through that 2-1. But it hasn't been as bad as it was yesterday, so slight improvement in that category. Also drawing 4 walks. So 10 men on, only 4 have scored, though. 2-2 was fouled off of Marshall's shin pad, and count remains even. Here comes the 2-2. That one nearly hits him, runs inside, and the count all full now.
It's been 3 hours, Evan. Do you think it's the longest game we've been a part of? Feels like
Probably answer that question.
Oh yeah. Great comments.
Here comes the full pitch, and that one fouled off of the catcher, Santiago. Technically, this would not be the longest game we've been a part of. The Glens Falls lost the final one. Oh, you weren't even there for that one.
No, I was not. I was throwing up all over the place.
So I guess technically that would be the longest game, as Masai Marshall draws the walk right there.
Damn, a few of those games are 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, the Boonville Lumberjacks versus Utica Blue Sonks, June 9th. That was almost 4 hours. So
because that game was like 20 to
that was 18 to 16.
Yeah, that was crazy. Could be a high-scoring game tomorrow. It could be a high-scoring game tomorrow.
So Noah Reed stands in with a runner on first. It's Masai Marshall.
No, it'll be Eric Shepard tomorrow, so won't be high-scoring for the opposing team.
First pitch in there for a called strike on Reed. So far today, Reed has singled, flown out, and struck out. Here's the 0-1. Taken up high for ball 1. Reed, a redshirt sophomore from North Central Texas College, originally comes out of Alabama. Here's the next pitch. 1-1 is down low. And I guess one good thing for the Lumberjacks is the bus ride back home isn't too long.
No, I was surprised that it's only an hour. Like, I looked at it. I thought it was like an hour 30.
Reed swings and misses on the 1 and 2. That's strikeout number 12 on the day for Boonville, and brings up the next hitter in the order, Zeb Swangham. So 3 out of the last 4 batters have struck out, all of them swinging. Here's the first pitch on Zeb Swangham. Takes that one down for strike 1. Seems like the strike zone expanding a little bit here later in this game. Oh, and 1 the count on the third baseman. Swings and misses through that one, off speed in the dirt. Way out in front of it, and the count moves to 0 and 2. Here comes pitch number 3. Swings and hits this one to the left side. Venkot picks it up on a bounce, throws over to second for 1, but the double play not in time as Swangham safe at first. So Masai Marshall is out. There's 2 outs in the inning, and that brings up the next hitter. It's Elijah Negron. Nothing to say?
No, we're down. They are down 8 runs. And, yeah, this game is, I mean, long story short, it's over. You know what I mean? Eli Negron, he's actually about to hit a home run, but after him, it'll be over.
First one is in the dirt. It bounces off the umpire. Santiago can't find it, and Swangham is into second safely. So a runner in scoring position here for Negron. It's still 12-4 here in the top of the 9th inning. One to know the count. Runner on second is Swangham. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swings and hits this one high to the left side. Picked up by Venkot. Throw is in time, and that will end the ball game. Lumberjacks go down for the 4th time in a row, this time by a final score of 12-4. And that is not a great game there for the Lumberjacks. Brady, not the best game. 12 strikeouts on the offensive side. Couldn't limit them on the defensive side. And going forward, a big game against Utica tomorrow. What's the mentality got to be heading into that one?
You just got to win that. Treat it like a reset game. You've been in this position before where you play a few horrible games, come to Utica. It's something about that field, that atmosphere, whatever it is. Lumberjacks tend to do well there. That's what they have to do, is going to win tomorrow, reset, and we'll be ready to play again the next day.
4 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors for the Lumberjacks. The Diamond Dogs got 12 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors on that side as well. Numbers not too far apart, but ultimately Lumberjacks just couldn't capitalize. They were killed by the walks and the hit-by pitches on the defensive side as well, and at Veterans Memorial Park this season moved to 0-3.
Nothing for me, Evan.
Nothing? Okay. Well, they drop on the season. They take their record to 8-14, further entrenching themselves in 5th place and in danger of going down to 6th now. Mohawk Valley improved their record to 500 even, and they continue making their push for a top 3 seed in the PGCBL. With the loss, Boonville officially ties Oneonta in the standings due to the tiebreaker, which is surprisingly win streak. That means Boonville will drop down to 6th place and are just a couple games out from the cellar yet again. Not a great night here for Boonville, but they'll be back tomorrow. It's a game in Utica at 6:45 p.m. We won't have a broadcast for you here, but a doubleheader on Tuesday. No confirmation on the time of the first game, but we will have both of those for you on the YouTube channel. Final score is 12-4 here from Veterans Memorial Park. Evan Simbita signing off for Brady Foxwell and the whole crew down here. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and go Lumberjacks.